Hello everybody, my name's Luke and this is
Roman.
and today we have a bit different of an episode.
Unplanned. We plan to do a script, but this episode we're not doing it. It's just more of a debate format.
But then Roman here said something pretty stupid to me. He called mammals boring and that he thinks fish are like the peak of animal, which I don't understand.
Well, let's just be more specific about how this started. Out of like the main animal kingdoms, you have mammals,
Avians.
mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, fish,
Insects.
And then we kind of were debating on where the lines are drawn in the blurry sections, like invertebrates and or crustaceans, marsupials, stuff like that, because the line starts to, with marsupials, they're mammals, they just have traits of others, but something like an invertebrate, that goes back and forth, and crustaceans, sea crustaceans can be arachnids sometimes, but they can also be just fish, or it's all over the place.
Yeah, so the tree is confusing.
We're settling on, Luke is going to get mammals in conjunction with marsupials, so like stuff like platypi, and isn't like the pangolin technically a marsupial?
Oh, I forgot about that. That's like the little nervous looking guy.
The only thing I know about is the platypus, so.
Well, we'll just discuss and then we'll figure out everything later.
Okay, well I'm getting fish and invertebrates, so stuff like squid, octopi.
Those are cephalopods.
But they also lack vertebrae back.
Well, yeah, but you can
invertebrates is much more broad.
Yeah.
You want me to narrow it down cephalopods?
You can have mollusks as well.
Well, that's going to be invertebrates.
There are invertebrates that aren't mollusks or cephalopods.
I know, I'm just asking, do you want me to narrow it down? Or do you want me to...
No, I can beat you with just mammals. I got this.
Okay. So we want to give opening statements?
What is your favorite thing to eat? Favorite meat. Yeah, there's fucking bacon, there's goddamn steak, hamburgers, I can't say chicken wings, that's avians. You get the picture. A lot of the things you eat come from mostly mammals. What do you get from fish? You get fish and I guess sushi, but that's fish. What is the best mammal? We're mammals. Humans are mammals, Roman. We took this earth and we conquered it.
Okay, I think this is where the paths diverge a little bit, because this is based on your definition of what is best. Because, yeah, it's undoubtedly, mammals, humans have conquered the earth. But, I mean, is that necessarily and wholly a good thing?
Your problem was... Okay. Real quick. Your problem was that mammals were boring, and that fish were much cooler. I'll be honest, I don't really like what we've been doing with the earth, but we still conquered it. That's something that is noteworthy.
Instead of thinking about it as like, ooh, I love eating these animals, fish are their own thing, and while I'll be the first to say, what do you call it? It's like aquatic farming or something like that. There's aquaculture. Just the fishing industry is one of the biggest industries in the entire planet, just as a whole. So I get that, but there's so much more to offer, and the species of fish that are fished for food production, such a small group of what is considered fish, and the list goes on and on and on, especially if you want to include stuff like invertebrates, stuff like cephalopods, mollusks, sea pigs. I don't even know what those things are.
Oh,
they're cool. I'll see a picture. There's such a wide variety of fish, and people are so eager to explore the ocean and its depths and what it has to offer, because it's an alien planet on our own planet.
Let me stop you right there. What's in the ocean? We've seen fish just look the same to me. That's a fish. That's a fish. I mean, that fish glowing in the dark. That's cool. There's like 50 of them that we found so far. That's hundreds of them that we found so far. Jellyfish, very, very cool creatures. The novelty kind of wears that off after a time, you know? Mammals, on the other hand, are just badass all around. We have like fucking walking tanks, speed demons, you know, like cheetahs, and you know, us. Mammals have conquered land, air, and sea, Roman. I'm not just talking about humans here. We got, you know, fucking bats and motherfucking whales and dolphins.
Well, I mean, that's definitely true, but I feel like mammals are so much less creative. They all seem like they're just extruded from the same base.
We all are, Roman, fish included.
Fish are so much more unique. They'll lose limbs entirely, sometimes they don't have limbs. It's so much more interesting. Because, like, and if you want to go to their killing methods, that's so much more creative. Mammals have claws and teeth. That's basically it. Fish, the hagfish emits a slime that can like melt metal and flesh. There's electric catfish and eels. There's lionfish, which are poisonous. So much more creative ways that they kill their prey. And not to mention, I just feel like there's like a larger scale of size when it comes to fish.
Larger scale? You're talking about like
from the biggest to the smallest. I feel like
from
that's
the biggest to the smallest.
Yeah.
I mean, there's.
You got a mouse and an elephant. I mean, I feel like there's just so much more disparity.
I've seen. I'm pretty sure there's like something smaller than a mouse, but like still, that's a huge difference. I mean, why are you? Yeah, I guess fish do get extremely small, minnows and such.
They're like a great white.
Sharks are pretty cool. I'll give you that. They're better than dolphins. I hear dolphins are kind of dicks.
And when mammals go into the ocean, they become the biggest creatures on this planet. So the ocean does something.
Excuse me. We left the sea to be better. All those years ago, before dinosaurs, we stepped out of the water.
Whales,
the land.
they went onto land. They were like, not this. And
they came back.
They came back and they got big, and they're fantastic. But I'm not going to speak too well about them.
Did they leave the water to get on the land to become big, and then come back into the water so they could trump everything? What can beat a whale? The only thing I can think of is like krakens and I guess orcas, but that's like, you know, other whales.
Sperm whale carcasses are washed up on beaches with the tentacle marks on them.
Yes, which is why I said kraken just as you said.
But it doesn't have to be a kraken. They're giant and colossal squids out there.
Which is essentially a kraken. That they're the same thing.
I know, but the kraken is like mythological. I'm saying these things basically exist.
Giant fucking squid meets mythological giant fucking squid. Have you seen a moose?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not in real life, but...
Well, no, not in real life.
But, like, they're huge, gigantic. Have you seen that? Have you seen their antlers? And then pigs. If a pig leaves the farm and goes out into the wild, it only takes a few weeks for it to become from domesticated to completely feral, and it will never go back to being domesticated. Pigs can chew through bone like butter, Roman. If you want to get rid of a dead body, that's the way you do it. I learned that from a movie called Snatch.
There's just as much intelligence in fish as there is mammals, and I would argue more. A lot more.
Like what?
Octopi? Octopi alone blow all of them out the water. No pun intended.
No, octopi are pretty smart.
Octopi can
figure out those very intelligent.
They can figure out those little puzzles made for small children, where you put the correct shaped peg into the right hole, and they open jars.
So can monkeys and apes. And I can't say avians, but humans, you know, we're mammals. We can do all that an octopi can do and more.
And then we went and developed anxiety.
Cheetahs also have anxiety. Yeah.
So great. One of the two species that got so smart for our own good.
Okay. Would you rather be a mindless drone just relying completely on instinct when swimming away?
Have you seen this economy?
The economy is pretty shit currently, but fish don't have emotions. Maybe octopi do, and I don't want to say sharks. I don't know shit about sharks, but I'm pretty sure every mammal has emotions. How many fish do you know have emotions?
Here's the thing. I think because we share DNA with mammals, it's easier to read that. There's so many other factors that come into being able to tell if a fish feels emotions. We're so different from them that I feel like it's a whole different ballgame to really try that. So to be honest, no, I can't really. To be honest, I think that, yeah, sure. Right now, I'm sure there's more emotion detected generally in mammals, but I just feel like it's a different ballgame trying to get that from fish, simply because of just the difference in our genetics.
No, they don't have emotions.
You don't know that. And speaking about not knowing things, we know so little about our oceans. So little.
That's about the ocean, not fish.
Well, I know, but I'm trying to say there's so much space out there that we've yet to explore. Who knows what is going on down there? There could be literally civilizations down there that evolved to live underwater that we do not know about.
I doubt it.
I watch these live streams where these.
We will have encountered them, Roman.
It's far-fetched, I know. I'm just saying, like, if there's gonna be a place, it's not gonna be like on the Midwestern plains with all the buffalo.
The rainforest, the Amazon rainforest.
We find species there too. Of the places on land, we find tons of new frog species there all the time. But to go back to what I was saying, I've watched this it's like Nautilus Live, and they're an ocean exploration team, deep sea exploration team. They send out these what do they call it, like ROVs or something, like these controlled vehicles. They go way out into the middle of the ocean, and they'll send these
remote operated
vehicle. That's what the abbreviation's for. And they'll send it way, way, way down, all the way to like sea level, like tens of thousands of feet down, or not sea level, but the ocean floor. And a lot of times, they find the same species that they know of, but then almost every dive, they're like, I've never seen that, and they go and have to make a new taxonomy for a new species. It's just, like, every time we go deep down there, we find something new. So I feel like my side of the argument isn't even done yet,
So yours is that they are more unique.
That's what I like about them, and what the interest I find in them. They're so, like, a shark is so vastly different from, like, a salmon.
Another shark?
It's another shark too, yeah. Like, just within sharks is hammerhead. Like, that's so weird. That was
a mutation that shouldn't have worked out, yet it did. Hammerhead sharks are freaks of nature.
When mammals try to diversify, we get modern dogs that can't breathe or walk.
Roman, that's
you want to know what caused that? Other mammals.
We specifically bred them like that. We bred them for... I don't know why people like pugs. I think pugs should just be put out of their fucking misery. But you cannot classify all dogs as being bad due to diversification solely because of things like pugs. We've ruined pugs. However, that does not mean we've ruined all dogs. Look at the massive difference between all the different dogs. We have, the husky. I don't know dogs, but there's a huge difference between them.
Somebody really cares about their side of the argument.
Well, I'm sorry. We agreed not to, research into this so we can have a more authentic interaction between fish and mammals.
Yeah. It goes into what we were saying at the beginning about this not being scripted. We didn't do any research for this. This is just our opinions right out the gate.
Man's best friend, dogs. How do you argue against that, Roman?
That's mammals and mammals. Like, it's no argument. I would argue
Fish are not friends.
I would argue
they're food.
those little minnows that take the parasites off sharks' teeth, or the things that stick to the sides of whale sharks, that's more of a bond than any dog or human has had before. They're literally helping each other.
There have been hundreds of stories of dogs saving man's life, then man repaying the favor. Not as much, but we repay the favor.
But that's not like a species-wide thing. That's on a few little occasions that happen. These creatures, they live together. They operate together.
Because they develop.
Symbiosis.
It is symbiosis.
Yeah, because they realized it was useful.
Yes, that.
Humans,
There's many I can't say the. Is it symbolic? No, that's. Symbiotic.
Symbiotic, yeah.
Symbiotic relationships. There are many like that. Like, I believe it's like coyotes and badgers.
Well, it's one thing. I forget the exact terminology, but this is kind of leaning into what I studied my last semester, was that, coral is not a fish at all, but it's these little microorganisms called zooanthellae that live within the structure of the coral. And this is just me giving an example of, like, I think it's obligate mutualism. That could be the complete opposite of what I'm trying to say, but the point is that they need to live together to operate, or they benefit each other.
How pitiful is that? They need each other to live.
Well, it's I think maybe the coral is a bad example because the actual structure of the coral isn't really, I don't think, defined as an animal, but the zooanthellae that lives in it is. But to go back to the shark and the little fish that prune the teeth, and then the fish that stick to the side of whale sharks and pull off the parasites, like, they don't need to live with each other, but it does help. Whereas your dog saving a human's life,
we don't need dogs and they don't need us.
I'm just
saying,
but
we choose to stick together.
I'm just saying, there are fish that have learned to live together. Like, I mean, think about this: coral reefs. Like,
we ruined them. We conquered them.
Is that a good thing? Again,
no, but it's still something noteworthy.
Like, it's not even like a community where they all get along. Like, it's houses for them to swim into when a reef shark comes around and eat the fish or something. Like it's a functioning ecosystem and community in its own.
Like a forest.
Well, yeah, but it's so much more diverse than that. And there's such a wide variety of species that can live there. Whereas forests are mammals and birds.
You know what? What isn't broke, don't fix it. Mammals, 4 legs, fur, some of them built like goddamn tanks. I mean, have you seen a rhino, Roman? That's a living, walking tank. Hippos, terrifying, deadliest creature.
If we're going to talk about being deadly again, where do you want to do
not.
this? I think fish are much more creative with that.
When was the last time you saw a fish climb a tree, Roman?
Are you really going to use that? When was the last time you saw any mammal breathe underwater? Are we really going to use that?
I can't say whales because they're just holding
Mud skippers can literally flop around on land. And there's something called a frog, I think it's a frogfish, that has legs. But it develops pseudo-dorsal fins that allows it to walk on the floor and swim.
Squirrels can fall from terminal velocity and live, Roman. Can a fish survive terminal velocity?
They actually developed cannons to shoot salmon up waterfalls that have gotten too steep for them to travel.
Yes, and there's a fish that can shoot water at bugs hanging off leaves.
Like a bullet, and then it falls in the water and they eat it. That's
elephants.
creative.
Elephants have water that they could suck it up with their little upper lip and nose and just spit it all over themselves to cool themselves off.
And they are hunted to extinction by, once again, mammals.
Humans, we are mammals, yes, and we hunt them.
Humans are the worst fault of your argument, honestly.
We hunt them for their ivory, for
Unnecessary, entirely. It's just trophy.
well, that and Eastern medication, which is a bunch of bogus.
And look, I think in some world out there, there's an ethical harvest of that could take place. Rhino horns too. But
I mean, we can just wait for them to die.
No human, no human is putting in the effort to make reservations for them to live on, or it's just all being burned down. It's great.
Elephants have perfect memory, I've heard. Goldfish don't. Yes, you keep on saying that humans destroyed all the mammal stuff. That is true, but we are also ruining the ocean as well. What's your fish doing about that, huh?
I mean, do we have to change and do more work than any other group of species because of the faults of the others?
I'm sorry,
Actually, I don't know what fish are doing, but to go back to coral, this is just me saying something. I know I can't include them in my argument, but it's the coral bleaching, which is when the sun heats up the water, too much carbon dioxide in the water, and the zooxanthellae in the coral die from that. And
like a bunch of weaklings.
Coral is very weak and brittle, and it's not part of my argument, but it can handle it. But very recently, the algae, the zooxanthellae in the coral, has developed this sunscreen. Very recently, where it all lights up neon green and purple, and it's sort of its last resort against the rising temperatures.
You see, the world is upgrading itself.
Well, until it still can't survive and dies anyway.
I mean,
it's prolonging its life. It's not saving itself.
Oh, we did that with yeast.
I don't want to talk about yeast.
Yeast makes bread.
I think what you mean is that the true most powerful group of organisms on this planet is fungi.
Oh, no contest.
Yeah.
Fungi are terrifying.
Yeah.
No, we don't really know what they are. They're not plants.
I don't know what we said at the beginning, but I think more accurate is not what group of animals is the best or what group of organisms is the best, but which one's better. Because I think we all can agree that it's fungi and birds.
Oh, definitely.
Great. Okay, glad we can agree on that.
Now, off topic, but like plants, that's an insane environment right there. Not including fungi, just plants themselves.
Yeah.
And
But if we start on this, we're going to go
Have you heard about kudzu?
Kudzu, yes, that came from South America, and now it's all along the lines of interstates in America.
Yes, it's a high maintenance plant because if you don't, it'll spread everywhere and kill everything. Isn't it like, I don't know if it's kudzu or if it's a different plant, but there's this one that grows everywhere and all over stuff. It is very, very flammable. Then once it catches fire and burns everything else, its seeds that are resistant to the fire take over and grow where everything else once lived. How metal is that?
Yeah, I don't want to go too much into plants on that, but there's biomes that have evolved to, like the entire biome has evolved to expect forest fires, and then they have seeds that burn up, or like seed pods that burn up in the fire, but the seeds themselves are fire resistant, and so they fall from the trees and the trees burn, and then plant a new forest. Anyway.
Well, where are you?
We gotta talk about the actual argument.
I am. When was the last time you milked a shark?
Milk is actually not very healthy for human bodies.
I know. It's not a good source of calcium either.
It's really not.
But it's very tasty.
It's not either. We have to put a bunch of chemicals in it. It tastes awful straight out the cow.
Cheese, ice cream, that's very contains dairy.
Look,
Needs dairy.
Cheese is great, But if you think about it at all,
It's bacteria.
It is a monstrosity. I love cheese, I really do. Although I'm lactose intolerant, I eat it anyway. It's just, oh gosh, it's monstrous if you think about it for too long.
Anyways, cows, they're like big old dogs. They squirt milk. The cows have two stomachs. I know they have more than one.
And you know what cows do with those two stomachs? They
methane gas
They eat rocks,
and grass,
which are called gastroliths, where they sit in their stomachs and grind up food that they didn't fully chew with their teeth. And fish do that too, a lot.
and so do birds.
So it's not unique.
Goats. You always heard goats can eat anything.
We just got back from seeing Thor Ragnarok, and it was either a review of Thor Ragnarok, our aliens topic originally, or this, and we decided on this. He decided on this.
Mythology. How many mythological beings are represented by mammals, and how many of them are mammals?
Well, in the Bible, you have, I find it funny because it reflects our argument. You have Behemoth, which is an ultimate mammal creature with tusks and horns and ears and blah, blah, blah. And you have Leviathan, which is the ultimate embodiment of the sea, which is a giant sea monster.
Which, if I remember correctly, is Satan himself. Or his mouth opens up to hell. One of the two. Maybe it's both. All I'm saying is, when was the last time you've seen a good mythological fish?
Can I just say that when myths were being created, so little fish were known about. And all the mammals were known about. Nowadays we can go down there and we can find them. There's a reason why they called it the Kraken and didn't know it was like a species of giant squid.
The only good mythological fish I can think of are mermaids. And you know what? They had to stick half a mammal onto it. And even then, not all of them were good.
I don't think that had anything to do with mammals.
Giraffes, long necks, spots, cheetahs, very fast, very fast mammals with spots. Camouflage. We mammals have fantastic camouflage. What are fish? They're very colorful, and with dying coral everywhere, they can't hide.
You kid. There are fish that are literally translucent. You can see through them, and if you don't want to include them, cuttlefish, so many different types of octopi. They not only camouflage themselves, they can stretch their tentacles out to look like entirely different animals. Like there's an octopus out there, I think it's called the mimic octopus, that can just stretch out its tentacles to look like the poisonous lionfish so that predators don't eat it.
I'm pretty sure for those translucent fish, those are mostly deep sea fish, right? And they need like light to attract prey or to
Name a
attract
mammal that can
matings.
emit light. I mean, come on. Half a fish can do that.
How many fish have night vision like cats do?
They don't need it when their own bodies are the lights. What else they gotta see down there?
I mean, we don't know what's in the sea.
They're ancient civilizations, yes.
Oh,
you want to talk about epic ancient myths that evolved the water?
Cthulhu.
Atlantis, the biggest one of all time.
Excuse you, but that was made up by Plato, first of all. Second of all,
They were all made up. That's the point.
Atlantis was made by humans, mammals, and sunk into the sea.
Because of their hubris.
The Greek god of the sea, human, Poseidon.
Where was Poseidon in modern time? Did we see him?
No, but we saw. Isn't that like kind of a spoiler?
Zeus gets...
Cats. Have you ever held a cat, Roman?
They're okay. I'm
Bullshit.
not gonna be one of those cat haters, but I'm more of a dog person. We've had to pick between the two.
Would you rather
Cute picture of Scout.
a dog that just mindlessly gives you love without making you work for it? You want unconditional love, Roman? Is that it? No, for cats, you have to work for their love. And once you get it, it's amazing. They're so soft, cuddly. Their purrs help lower depression and heart problems. Can you say that about fish? Can you pet a fish, Roman?
You know what cats are also known to do?
Spread the bacteria on their bodies, which make people calmer around them so that they could like better hunt their prey.
They also go and sit next to people who are about to die.
Cats, Egyptian mythology, guardians of the dead. They're protectors, Roman. They protect the dead. How about that?
I feel like it's a stupid argument to say, okay, let's look to mythology, let's look to our ancient history, where that history was made by mammals who lived on land. Of course, it's not going to be someone with a fish head walking
By
around.
mammals, for mammals.
And even still, the aquatic creatures they did know about, like hippos and crocodiles,
Are
those were the ones that
terrifying
made
creatures.
they were the ones that made it into gods.
Crocodiles are not mammals. They're reptilians.
I get it, but I'm saying, like, of all the creatures that they knew, those are the ones that get made into gods. Not like creepy, what they thought were monsters, you know, under the sea, which actually weren't, and they're smart and friendly, and if you just got to know them, they're nice.
Last time I checked, a shark isn't friendly. Neither are squid.
Sharks have given a bad rap ever since Jaws.
I'll agree with that.
Dolphins are the ones you need to watch out for.
Dolphins are
They're
dicks.
mammals. Yes, they are.
Okay, but you know what? That's because mammals are more mentally developed. You can't.
So you're just saying the more mentally developed you get, the more evil you become, and thus destroy the others.
Humans, we are the kings of this world. We were gifted this world by God Almighty to do whatever we wanted.
Where is this God-fearing energy coming from? What happened to last episode?
Listen, Roman.
You're going to be put on a watch list.
I might be on one already.
Eyes on Luke. Eyes on Luke.
I have run across several things online that I probably shouldn't have. I saw how to make black powder.
We can't have. These are literally things you can't mention on you. I know we joked about that in the last episode. Literally can't say. We can't have a part in the episode like this every single time that I have to cut out.
Okay.
They heard that. They didn't hear what he said. Anyway.
Plagues. How many plagues were spread by fish, Roman?
I know one that was spread by rats.
Rats?
And bats.
Rats bring nothing but disease and famine.
Yep. So you're gonna do my job too, or?
No, I think we came to quite a stunning conclusion. I didn't even mention like the real cool animals. Like, no, sloths aren't cool. They die climbing down trees to use the bathroom.
I didn't even mention some of the cool ones. I think I'd mention pretty broad ones, like the anglerfish.
Armadillos. They curl up into balls and they have a shell.
Yes. Oh, we also previously we talked about which ones are generally cuter, and I think I will deliberate, and you know I don't think that's the right word. I will let you win that battle.
Ow.
But again,
horses.
We're mammals, so we're gonna find other mammals cute. Also, cuttlefish are cute.
When was the last sea creature you rode upon over great distances? Horses can do that for you. Sea creatures cannot.
Anyway,
I think
seahorses. What are those things? They're amazing. The men give birth to the children.
Marsupials lay eggs. Platypi lay eggs.
Yeah, it's very efficient, isn't it? It's what fish. Well, wait.
No. Eggs.
Wait, I'm confused because fish lay eggs, but sharks don't. They give live birth. So where's the
Well,
cutoff?
Actually, they have the eggs inside their body, and they hatch.
Sharks?
Yeah.
Okay.
The eggs inside a shark, they hatch, and then babies like stay in. I know this is for some sharks. I'm not sure if it's for all, but the babies inside grow, develop inside it, and then come out whenever they're ready. And I don't mean like how human babies are born. No, these are like fully sentient, swimming around inside their mom, eating their other siblings.
But I don't know, I just feel like there's so much like rad like creature designs when it comes to fish. Like the oarfish literally swims like vertically in the water column and
Porcupine.
just sort of
Have you seen those like lemurs with like those big old eyes? Sugar gliders, absolutely.
lionfish have those poisonous quills and they don't even need to eject them. It's just their fins. What allows them to locomote is also poisonous.
Badgers, the honey badgers specifically.
Those are jerks.
Well, yes, but it gets bitten. It hunts snakes. It gets bitten by snakes, but it just shrugs off the poison, kills the goddamn snake, then takes a nap and then eats the snake. Bears, they take down bees, Roman.
Or mammals tearing apart necessary species to this planet.
One of the only creatures that still hunts humans.
That's actually
are
like against your point.
Polar bears.
Like the fact that if you
Well,
want to
I
say
mean,
that any
if
species
humans are
kills...
so bad, then we
No, but like if bees are gone, we are all done.
Honeybees.
Humans, every animal.
No. Honeybees are overrated. They're not the only pollinator out there. There's hundreds of different types of bees, yet people only seem to care about honeybees because they provide honey, which, I don't actually like. Honey is overrated.
No, I'm talking about the pollination aspect, not the fact that they provide us honey.
Yes, they're not the only pollinators, Roman.
There are a large majority. Japan's having to make robots that do that job because we're losing bees.
Honeybees, Roman, are an invasive species to America. Do you not think that there's other pollinators in America before honeybees?
I'm sure there is, but bees are gonna come first. Another cool fish. The viperfish, the hatchetfish, the blobfish.
The oarfish.
I already mentioned him. You were
No,
paying
you didn't.
attention. Yes, I said they swim vertical in the water column. You were too busy thinking about porcupines.
They're very long.
Yes, they are. People drag them out of the water. That's great. What are some other ones? There are so many. Just jellyfish. That's a whole different ball game.
I mean, you see one jellyfish, you've seen them all.
Didn't the flying spaghetti monster religion meme come from a picture of like a giant jellyfish they found?
I thought it came from
They have lion's mane jellyfish that are like the size of lions.
We have lions.
Like bigger than humans.
1 billion lions versus every sea creature in the world, Roman. I'm gonna bet on the lions.
Where are they fighting?
Well, now you
I bet
see.
you're thinking on land, weren't you? Throw that lion into the Atlantic Ocean. See what happens. See what happens when you put 2 sharks on them. Not even.
Well, I don't know how we're gonna get 1 billion lions to the Atlantic Ocean, Roman. I don't even think there are there 1 billion lions on Earth.
Oh God, no. There's probably 10,000.
I didn't think so. Ligers. Was the best hybrid fish you can think of. The product.
They don't need to do that. They don't need to. They're unique on their own.
Neither do mammals, but you know what? We do it anyways.
And they come out sterile.
Would you not want a I don't know, a wolf as a pet or a big cat as a pet? How many kids do you know that want a fish for a pet?
Lots of people. In fact, that's the only. No.
I've had 3 pet goldfish as a child, and they died very quickly. Rest in peace, Saint Lukey 1 through 3.
Well, a lot of my pets were turtles, but we're not putting them in this conversation.
I've also had pet turtles.
My favorite animal is a sea turtle, but I'm not going to include them, and I'm not saying reptiles are the best or better than mammals.
My current favorite mammal is
Or an amphibian.
My current favorite mammal is a bear. I didn't even touch on
That
herbivores.
is so bland.
Bears are not bland. Have you seen them climb trees, Roman?
I just mean
They're
like,
scary tanks. They're scary, furry tanks.
Like-
one of the only last predators of humans is a bear.
when somebody draws a bear, it takes me a second to even like recognize what animal they're trying to represent. Like, is it a dog? Is
Have
it
you seen the shaved bear before, Roman? Terrifying creatures. When was the last time you saw a shaved fish? I think we gotta wrap this up.
Yes, I think this was a very fruitful argument. I think we learned lots of things. Hopefully you did too. We never planned on coming to a conclusion. We just wanted to state our opinions.
Put in the comments who you think is right. Do you think mammals are better, or do you think fish are better?
Yes, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear what you think and why. And get excited for future episodes. I guess aliens will be the next one. I don't know, unless we come up with another impromptu topic like this.
Maybe next time Roman is wrong, we won't make another video on it, and we'll just go with aliens. So it's like war, we both lose in the end.
Exactly.
Have a good night, everyone.